There and welcome. Today I'll be talking about one of our favorite fictional superhero teams, the Avengers. I'll be talking about the Avengers from before and now, and my opinions on movies and comics. First off, let's start off with the first ever Avengers that consisted of Ant-Man, the Wasp, Iron Man, the Hulk, and Thor. They were the first Avengers in 1963. They were comics created by Stan Lee, and they were very popular in the late 1900s. Next off, the new Avengers consist of Iron Man, Spider-Man, the Hulk, Captain America, Nick Fury, Thor, Black Widow, and many more. The first movie was in 2011, and it's the world's 8th highest grossing film. When I first read the Avenger comics, such as Avengers 1, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the Avengers, and the Marvel action, Avengers, I was just reading the Avengers against villains, going through hardships, having their moments, and crossovers with the other known superheroes or supervillains. I enjoyed the comics that Stan Lee created over the years. I always loved counting down the days for a new issue. The art style was amazing, and the plot of the story was even better. The only thing that I hated was when I finished reading the comic and I was left in a cliffhanger. I had to wait to know what happens next. Everything about the comics was amazing. Kids all my ages would enjoy it, and they would be happy and be excited of the superheroes and the talents, the hardships, the flaws. They weren't perfect, but they were good. They had flaws. They had every superhero that needed a golden heart to help the world. Now for the movies, it all begins with Captain America, the first Avenger. In 2011, where it's 1941 and the world's in Thor's war, Steve Rogers wants to do his part and join America's armed forces. But the military rejects him because of his small stature. Finally, Steve gets his chance when he's accepted into an experimental program that turns him into a super soldier called Captain America. After that, movie comes The Avengers in 2012, where Thor's evil brother Loki gains unlimited power on a powerful cube called Tesseract. So Nick Fury initiates a superhero team that consists of Iron Man, Captain America, the Hulk, Thor, the Black Widow, and Hawkeye to protect Earth from Loki. As I was watching the two movies, I fell in love once again with the Avengers. I loved the scenes when they fought, the funny moments, and the teamwork they put into it. At the end of the movie, I clapped and I smiled, and I was jumping in joy. I love the cast. They were very suited for the roles. It's like they were made for this. And also, after that, I watched the rest of the Avenger series. The last two, I was so sure that I was crying. I was so emotional. Between the comics and the movies, in my opinion, if I'm being honest, my favorite ones is actually the comics. I know some of you be like, what? Why? Because, well, it may not be animated or maybe live action where you don't have to read it, but you get to watch it. But when you read the comics, it's like it's the real thing, like the original one. Unlike the movies, it's good. In my opinion, I love them. I love them so much. But the comics have to go with my vote for it. Because when I was a kid, they were like the world to me. They were super popular, and I would always be happy to read them. There was times where I had to cry at some moments because they always got me so down. It's like they always got me through everything. The comics, they're just so fun to read. That's all for today, and thank you for listening to my podcast.